So, hey guys, again, we wanted to bring in some of our past players and kind of talk about their experiences and what they've gone through and any advice that they can give to our current players. And today we have Zach Stoner. He was a 2019 high school grad from Minooka High School. Currently, he is at Joliet Junior College, just finished up his freshman year. Obviously, got cut short. He's a third baseman. He's 6 foot, about 200 pounds or so. Coming out of high school, he was unranked by PBR. His freshman year at JJC, he was hitting 375 with two doubles and hitting in, I believe, the 3 or 4 hole for JJC and starting at third base. And a lot of their games that they played were actually down in Texas, including against, I believe, Tyler, right? Which is one of the top JUCO, D3 JUCOs out there. So we're going to walk through a little bit of his experience. And Zach, first off, thanks for coming on, man.
Yep, no problem.
So how have you kind of been handling this kind of complete shutdown of baseball due to Corona? How are your teammates handling it? I know it's got to be tough for someone that was just kind of getting their feet wet in the whole college game, and then all of a sudden everything was kind of taken away from you.
Yeah, so we were actually down in Tyler when we got the news. So we were all together, and it was actually pretty tough for all of us to swallow, but we stuck together, and we are currently just like working out and stuff on our own, doing as much as we can with what we have.
So was there a picture floating around or something I saw that you guys you and the Tyler team all got together and did one giant prayer before you guys left because you guys kind of knew what you were kind of getting into on getting back on the plane and flying back home?
Yeah, that was East Texas Baptist University.
Okay.
It's good school down there, and they pray. It's a Christian school, so they pray, and we knew like the whole situation, so we all prayed for like good luck and stuff for the rest of the season.
That's awesome. That's a really cool experience.
Yeah.
So now that you're kind of back home, now that everything's kind of shut down, how are you continuing to keep yourself fresh and keep yourself working towards whatever goal it is that you have in mind?
Yeah, I've a net in my basement, so pretty much just like hitting stuff down in there, and I actually have 2 brothers, so that's a big help with being able to play catch and like doing glove work and stuff when I can and working out. That's really all I could do at this point.
So Zach actually has 2 younger brothers in our program as well. His middle brother, Ben, is committed to go to Wright State. He's currently a junior at JCA. And then his littlest brother is an absolute spitfire of a little kid. And I'm guessing he's going to be the best out of you 3 because he's always around you guys.
Oh yeah.
But I just told Zach before I got on, I said I'm actually really surprised how quiet the house is right now because I think in total, am I right on this? You guys have 5 kids, right?
Yeah, pretty hectic. Yeah,
pretty hectic. So I was surprised on when I got on there with how quiet it was. But so tell me a little bit about your junior college kind of experience so far. You're at JJC, and if you guys don't know too much about JJC in terms of the junior college side, some of the best facilities probably in the Midwest, especially for a D3 JUCO. I always talk about Coach Braun as a guy that I would send my 3-year-old son to go play for. That's kind of the respect that I have for him. And, we've sent a number of players out his way, and he's always done a really good job with them. Kind of how's your whole experience been over there and kind of the good and the bad and all those things?
It's actually very great. I'm having a very good time there. Playing with a group of guys like that in the junior college route is great because we all have the same goal of transferring out and going somewhere better. Mm-hmm. So like everyone's super gritty and like really gets all their work done. So I feel like I'm really in a great environment there. And whenever I'm working, I always have someone to do something with. Everyone's such hard working.
So when you talk about transferring out and going somewhere a little better, you're talking about a 4-year school once your 2 years at Joliet Junior College is done.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And Braun does a really great job of doing that too, gets us in contact with some good schools. So pretty much just getting stuff done on your side on the field and the rest will happen for you.
Good. So a little background on Zach. Zach actually hurt his arm going into his senior year, had to have surgery on it. So he was in really a tough position because it was kind of in the middle of his whole recruiting timeline and time frame. And Zach's was always a very good player, not the flashiest player by any means. I'm sure you would agree with that.
Yeah.
Just kind of just get the job done and find a barrel on the ball type player. And so that injury really threw a loop in a lot of his recruiting cycle. How stressful was that? Being into your senior year and having that injury, and not really know what was going to happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was pretty tough because I actually was committed to Benedictine, and then a division change happened there, so I was kind of like stuck, and I decommitted and was really in a bad spot because that's when I found out about my arm and I had to get surgery. So
Yeah.
I missed the first half of my high school season, so it was really just like doing the best I could the half season, and thankfully I got an opportunity to play at JJC. So.
Yeah, so let's walk through that. So you were committed to Benedictine in Illinois. They were actually going to be going to the Division II route. So you were actually able to receive more athletic money or athletic money in general because at the D2 level you can. And then something happened, and they were not transferring over that D2 anymore. They're actually going to stay at Division III. And when that happens at the D3 level, there is no athletic money. So it's going to cost you a lot more to go to school there. And you made, I think, the very wise decision on understanding that at the end of the day, those student loans, that's something you don't want if possible. So you kind of reopened your stuff. And AJC kind of came along and said, hey, we know who you are as a player. Even though through this injury, we know you're going to come back and be a stronger player. And they kind of put that faith in you. And I think it's worked out really well.
Yeah, it has.
Good. So tell me a little bit. You obviously have younger brothers. Both younger brothers are very good baseball players. I don't know if you've given them any advice, but if you could give them some advice, and also all the other players in the Rhino program coming through, going, hey guys, these are things that, if I wish I could go back and change some stuff that either I did personally or, whatever it is there any advice you can give the guys that you would do different if you could look back on it?
Yeah, the biggest thing I would say is don't get stuck up on seeing all your friends committing to all these Division I schools and stuff. Like, don't get hung up on that. The JUCO route is just as good. Like, you'll meet some really good players. Like, on my team, there's kids that have that talent. And, like, you get your feet wet in that JUCO route. And if you play and compete well, then you can get one of those D1 offers. So, like, never get your head down seeing all your friends committing to these schools. Keep your head up and always leave the JUCO route open because it is not a bad thing at all.
I always tell guys or people in general, just one of the Twitter accounts they should go follow is PBR JUCO. And the reason I say that is, a lot of times you'll see these kids commit to D1 schools or D2 schools or things like that. And you see that and everyone notices that first tweet. And then all of a sudden, a year later or 2 years later, when they actually get there, they actually decommit or they never even get on campus and ended up going to the junior college route anyways. But no one ever sees that, right? They only see that first commitment. And we're huge believers in the junior college route for a number of reasons, whether it's financial, whether it's you still have to develop more, whether it's you want to possibly see more playing time right off the bat. The development side is huge because junior colleges don't have as strict of rules in terms of practice times, right? They can practice a lot more than other divisions can. So there's a whole slew of grades, right? If you got to kind of restart with grades or academics, there's a whole slew of different reasons for the junior college route. And, there's a weird notion that if you go to the junior college route that you may have failed for whatever reason. I don't know why that's out there. But we do everything in our power to let our players know that that's not the case whatsoever. And a lot of colleges would rather go out and get a junior college player because they've already been through the ringer. They've already seen really high level talent. They've already faced guys that are older than them, and they kind of know what they're getting. Where straight out of high school, you may not be as talented as you may be because you're facing high school guys, right? Or how you're going to react or produce against guys at that type of level. So there's a lot of positive the junior college route, and I tell you, every guy that I talk to about going the junior college route that ends up going there, they always come back and say, man, it was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're having a good spot over there, and you're really enjoying it. Is there anything else you'd like to tell players before I kind of let you go, or is that kind of it for you?
That'll wrap things up.
Okay, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I know your family obviously very well. Your dad helps coach one of our 10-year-old teams, and you guys have been in the program for a number of years, and love the Stoner family. Even the littlest one, who's a madman sometimes, but
Yeah.
no, we love all you guys, and I appreciate you coming on here and giving some advice to our guys.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Zach.
Yep. See ya.